We're back. So when I originally told you that, like, let's do episode 3, woohoo, I didn't know that they'd be connected to episode 2. I didn't know we were doing some, like, Dirty 30 shit or whenever the last time they did that.
I did not love the format of 3.
It was really bad. We really don't have to take too long recapping this because it's a lot of the same shit.
Yes. So I think I might actually have a surprising viewpoint on Kellyanne.
Okay, that's good. I figured you'd have surprising viewpoints at everything. That's why we're a pair.
We don't have the same brain.
No, I'm really just confused about everything. I feel like we're missing parts, and I don't know how I feel about this world champion format.
I don't like it. I think it's gonna get more interesting once Argentina's gone.
I fucking love Argentina.
I know, I love Argentina, but they're terrible for the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it really seems like the UK, the Australians, and America, US, they all get together.
They go against Argentina. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. Wow, it's like history.
Yeah, it's like literally.
I also like don't know everyone's name yet. So sometimes I'm like an Argentinian over here, a British guy over here.
I'd say USA man cleaning. Because it's like that's the hard thing. Like I was so nervous about this one. It's just like usually we get like a few new people, you know, but they're also from different shows that we've seen because, you know, obsessed with reality TV. This one is like all random ass motherfuckers, and I'm just like, I don't know any of these people.
Yeah, half of them are random. That's hard. The teams do help because they're with one person we know.
Yeah, that does help. And that's just how I'm gonna refer to them as. They're that person's partner.
Yeah, that's why like when I was watching when we were watching the first episode together, I was like, how the fuck are we gonna recap this? Who are these people? We don't care. Like let them qualify to even start the show.
Also, I don't love a lot of these persons. Like these feel like people that were like have trained for the challenge. They don't necessarily feel like reality TV stars that have kind of altered what they do, you know? Like I need more mess from them.
Yeah, which hopefully we'll get in the coming episodes. But yeah, they are a little like boring.
Yeah, just like okay. And a lot of them we'll get into it.
I love how they're all like scared of the legends.
They were so paranoid.
Oh, it's so great. Okay, so last episode, Jonna and Grant won the challenge. Like they killed it. Very impressive with the rope and the sand and whatever. Again, Nelson and Hooey.
No, Hooey.
Okay, I was close.
Hooey.
Oh, I'm not gonna remember that.
I can say it every time.
Okay, cool. I love her too. I feel bad. I'm sorry.
She's so like I love the Argentinians. They're so sweet and badass, but like not made for, you know, US reality show. They're just so positive.
I would love.
Yeah, I would love like to watch their TikToks, you know what I mean? Like Benha being on TikTok.
I love him. And the other gray hair guy.
Yeah. Oh, I just figured it out because I rewatched the episode because that is just like I have extra time. What else am I gonna do? Rodrigo. That's his name.
Rodrigo.
I have him down as Argentina man, so I'm gonna remember.
I would never I did never put that together.
I know. I did not think when I saw Rodrigo because I literally rewind because I was like, oh, that was a talking head. He's gonna have his name. Rewind. And I was like, Rodrigo. Like I thought it's not
like a last name. No, it doesn't like last name.
Not in the Hispanics.
Well, oh. My bad. Okay, whatever. So sorry if I sound racist, but
No.
Okay, so then everyone nominated. So the worst people go in, which I like.
Mhm.
And then the rest of the house votes on two pairs, and then the winners vote on that pair, which I like too. I like that format.
Yeah, I don't like when the losers are fine. I like when they make like the losers go in because it makes like challenge days actually interesting because a lot of times when they do the other thing, it's just like everyone's happy at the end, but it's like I feel like there should be people that are sad.
Yeah, especially when they do so bad. Like, I can't think of who did so bad, but I like that. And then, I'm over the swords and the stabbings and whole like the randoms. We're good. I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah, like gotta do the knife in the back. And it's like, I mean, all of these people were having, all of the legends were having the same conversations, and then all of the new people were having the same conversations. And it's just like, okay.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I don't really understand how they're producing this one or why they split the episode into two.
The producing is not great. It's not the same producers. I can guarantee that.
No,
It is
and they don't
not the
have the
same
kick-ass
producers.
music. They don't have as
No.
much money at all.
There was like a certain point where I was like, this is like the real world like soundtrack. Like, what is this music?
I know, and I have such high expectations, like, because they always kill it. And I was like telling Brian about this, and he's like, I recognize one of the songs. And I was like, cool, I don't fucking know any of these songs. Like, how do you know one of these songs?
But like last season, like music would come out and you'd be like, ah!
Yeah, all of it. All Stars, even when All Stars the first season, they still had killer music. And
Yeah.
that was low budget. So I don't
Mhm.
know why they're not doing it here. It was.
Like, what did they spend the money on? That's obviously not club nights they're spending the money on because they're all drinking in the fucking house.
Oh yeah, they haven't even gone out yet.
That's what I mean. I was so upset about that because it's just like they're just all drinking in the house, but they're all like older, so it's boring.
I know
Like,
they all are really old. I mean,
like
they're
if
like our
you're gonna
age.
have all these old people together, like you need to bring like Tyler in,
Yeah.
get them
And
started on the right foot, you know?
yeah, and they're in what, South Africa, right?
I don't actually know where they are. It seems
Um,
hot. South Africa feels right.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. But like they got a lot of shit there and it looks beautiful. So,
I feel
but
like you
yeah, they
can
could go
find a
out.
bar anywhere. You can make a fucking abandoned house a bar for them, you know, like just like put like a random producer pretending to be a bartender.
They did it for COVID.
Yeah,
They made
they
that
figured
bar.
out. They literally built a club for them. They're like, here's your bubble.
That was fucking awesome. I love that. That was like the one show that didn't change with COVID, minus them going to the like that. But I was like, fuck yeah, challenge is still here.
I also like I loved it, but like what was the one where they did the bunker? Was that Dirty 30?
No, that was Total Madness.
I hated that one. Well,
Yeah,
I
they
just
took it
hated
too
that they were in
far.
the bunker. Well, it's like, yeah, that's gotta really get in their fucking heads. They're like they're like mentally abusing them at that point.
I think they had two seasons where it wasn't great. I don't know if it was a bunker or like it was cold, like really cold, like Iceland or something.
Mm.
Um, but then they were like, okay, this isn't working. They get a nice house now.
Well, that's where the best shit happens because everyone's hooking up, everyone's,
No one wants to hook up in a bunker.
I know when you take out like the stress of like having to live, everyone's gonna have a good time.
Yeah, I think they had a lot of problems with the bunker. I remember like I think toilets were backing up and like it was not good. Didn't sound like a good time. So anyway, we'll see how it goes with this Paramount Plus show. Um,
I don't know that we
so
said that who's nominated, right?
oh, I guess we didn't yet. I was just explaining what happened. But Kellyanne and Tristan got nominated, and then Jody and Ben Gay, right? Ben J.
I think it's Benha.
Fuck. Ben Hart, I love him. Sorry.
I could be saying it wrong because I have it spelled Benja, but I think that's Benha.
Yeah, yeah, that would make sense. So once John A sees those names, what do you think of her face?
I feel like this should be easy for Johnny, honestly. I
It
don't
should have been.
I don't understand like why like you have a number in Kellyanne. I know she's like wilding and saying dumb shit, but that's always Kellyanne and everyone always knows that's Kellyanne.
Yeah,
It's not like she's some random wild card that's like, I'm going for bananas. That's actually gonna go for bananas, you know? She's
right.
just literally being crazy and talking. It's just who she is.
Yeah, I just feel bad. The house is like always a her.
I know. She's so sensitive, and I'm just like, it's hard to watch
Therapy.
sometimes.
It is hard to watch her crazy eyes. Damn. So yeah, I was a little happy with these, so I don't know how specific I got.
Well, I think like so coming
So
into
much
this
stuff talking.
episode, Kellyanne and Janae had like a little conversation where Kellyanne was essentially like, how do you like because Janae went to her and was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And
Yep.
Kellyanne kind of flipped out because then she's and like kind of fairly, because I think
It is
she's
fair.
talking to like Tristan later, and she's just like, why would she even bring it up if like because he was all trying to calm her down and be like, she hasn't done anything yet. But then Kellyanne was like, well, why would she even bring it up if like she wasn't gonna do it? She knows that would just stress me out. Fair.
Yeah, so that's kind of bitchy of John A. And so I have that John A is talking to us about what to do. I don't know if you have anything before that.
Yeah, and she pretty much is like she comes up and she's like, Kellyanne just attacked me, which is a bit dramatic.
Oh
Like
yeah,
just being wild.
stupid.
Yeah, and then Wes is pretty because she's like, I just don't know what I want to do. Like, what's the right move at this moment? And Wes is just like, I think it's probably just throwing in Jody right now. And then
Yeah, he's like, duh.
yeah. And then
Uh, I love
John
when Wes
and
says that Kellyanne is eerily loyal. Like she's gonna be really freakishly loyal and maybe a little obsessed with you, but she's a number.
exactly like you're gonna hang out with her every single day and do yoga.
Yeah,
Who did
she's
he do
gonna
that with that one episode? Like they didn't
Kendall.
know each yeah, they did know each other, then all of a sudden they were doing yoga every day and like opened a studio together, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what they're talking about. Then the whole house was like, let's throw him
Yeah, they're like,
in.
oh, they're just always doing yoga. And it's like they're just really sweet, like people that are like, a little too wild.
I also think everyone underestimates Kellyanne. Like she's actually really good. She's just crazy.
Especially when when
It's
she can
weird.
just like manipulate her body and not like have to like think about it too much. Like she gets really stressed when she has to overthink, she stresses herself out and I think like freezes. But like she's very good at yoga and like manipulating her body. So anything like that, she crushes.
Yeah. So yeah, Jody was pretty obvious. Like Jody's fucking boring and she's back, yo. Like throw her in, and if she comes back, she'll be like, oh, I'm kind of mad, and she'll tell us via confessional, and that's it. She's not gonna do anything in the house.
Exactly, because Jody's easy. Like Jody doesn't
Yeah.
actually get mad and she has a short memory. It's not like she's going to throw you in next season or whatever. Jody only hates one person and that's Tina. Like the only person
Oh
Jody will
yeah.
ever go for is Tina. She doesn't hold on to grudges outside of that, I feel like.
Man, Tina needs to like win more because she would have been great on the show.
I know. If Tina was like a good challenger still, oh, that would fucking be awesome.
Oh, I would love that so much. So yeah, Johnny's like, I don't care who goes in, someone just has to. And Johnny's just gunning it for Kellyanne, like she feels like a loose cannon for whatever reason.
Yeah. I feel like John is just annoyed with Kellyanne. When you
Yeah.
just get like annoyed with a friend and you want them to be away for like a minute, and it's just like I feel like that's what's happening.
Yeah, that's what the whole episode seems like.
Yeah, it really fucking is.
So yeah, then I have like how Tristan and Kelly Ann are talking, and
I
it's
think that
not
was like the
great.
conversation I was saying earlier. How
Ah,
it was really funny though when Kellyanne was like, "I don't even know how to look at her right now."
I know. That's so crazy.
Well, that's the thing. She's like, I think Janae said later on, she's honest to a fault. And it's like, Kellyanne, you don't need to speak all your feelings. Like, keep some of those inside, like.
It is not possible for her at
Well,
all.
it's like, if you feel
So
like that
funny.
wild, you just need to have like an awareness to be like, this isn't something I should say out loud. And then
Does
just don't
not
look at
have
her.
that. It's so entertaining to watch, though.
I know. I can't eat. I don't even. This woman's like, what, almost 40? I can't even look at her.
Yeah, the All Stars are having the drama. So weird. Like, really, Tori and Jordan aren't screaming at each other yet? This is what's happening?
Those motherfuckers.
The usual with them. So Grant's like, we doesn't think that Johnny should care what Kellyanne thinks. And Emily is excited because Grant's an Aussie, and Emily thinks that the Aussie will be the strongest team. And
For
then I
Emily, I
have
literally put swimmer plus Grant. I couldn't remember her name. I was like, I know she swam though.
Yeah, I think they said her name like with the confessional, so that helps.
Yeah, I ended up writing Emily.
Nice, nice. So then we get like the montage about Emily's love life, who she met on her season, and like I don't care.
Yeah, so apparently there was, I came into in a relationship and left with someone else. I was like, okay. But we didn't actually
Right.
need to know that part. Like, I wouldn't have known. You could have just been like, I met this guy on the challenge.
Yeah, I didn't even put it, I didn't think of it that way because I was so confused what she was talking about. I was like, is she talking about the game? Is she talking about like she had a relationship with someone else in the house and then broke it off and then found this guy?
Well, when she said partner, part of me was like, oh, a Lebanese. Like, I was kind of excited because I
Yeah,
was like, yeah, give me this juice. And then I was like, oh,
totally that
God.
vibe.
I was like, oh, no, it's just a white man.
Oh, the worst.
And then they went road tripping, which is fun.
Yeah, really just jealous.
Yeah.
So Nelson is telling his partner to pick what girl she wants to go against.
And then,
Uh,
okay, it is confessional. He's now, okay, so a couple of seasons ago, Nelson wanted to win for his mom after saying that he wanted to win just for himself. But then, like, later on, he was like, I want to win for my mom because she works so hard and I want to buy her a salon so she can work harder.
oh
I don't know how that
yeah.
makes sense. But then now
So
he's
true.
like,
That's so funny.
I'm going to take my mom on a trip. I'm like, okay, so she talked to you about this now.
Yeah, and every season it's like if I win, blah blah blah. Yeah, my mom, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you're not gonna win. Not from just this episode. He always picks bullshit reasons for his decisions, like the Fessy thing. Like he
Yeah,
always picks his relationships.
I don't think
All.
unless Nelson is partnered with someone who's very strategic, like a Nerys, like he kind of said about this
Yeah.
season. But like, unless Nelson's partner with someone strategic, he'll never win because he's just not a strategic. Like in the like final itself, you have to do strategy, and he's just not like that's not his thing.
He's so dumb. It really scares me.
Well, low key, Tori wouldn't win without Devin. Like it's kind of the same
Oh,
thing,
that's
but
true.
switched.
Yeah, Tori would fuck up somewhere. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so is it Ben Hay? Ben
Jody and Benha.
Ben Ha, god damn it. I love him though. He's like, I don't feel like I'm gonna go in tomorrow. I feel like I'm good.
And Jody tried to like it's so funny watching her face like trying to like navigate these conversations like I know
Yeah.
we're not the same person but I'm trying to like respect who you are and hear you out but like also I need to set your expectations. It's so funny watching her try to do that in the moment.
So funny. So ridiculous.
She's like, okay, but like you know that feeling a certain way doesn't mean that that's the way it's gonna go, right?
Yeah. Thanks, Jody.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you talking about? I'm Argentina. Um, Yeah, so then we hear how he's Gemini and Argentinian and not trying not to take anything personal, but it's hard because of those things. Blah blah
Mhm.
blah.
Mhm. Also, one of the coolest shirts I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. He is super cool.
Because I would love to just hear that man talk. Like just like
Oh.
he's just probably like feel it vibes. Great.
Yeah.
It would be like
Smoke weed
cool.
with him.
Yeah. But like you need a little bit more edge for the challenge. Just like a little.
Just a little, just a tad
I
bit.
would love if he randomly shows it in a chance. Like he gets in a wrestling match, then all of a sudden goes crazy. That would be my favorite plot twist.
Oh, that would be great. I would love that too. Um,
Next, I have
so
Tori plus USA boys.
yeah, and she's explaining. Wait, is she talking to us or them? Oh, I
Both.
think it's
She's
both.
kind of talking to them, but then she has like I don't even really know what she's saying to them because it doesn't make
I
a whole lot of
know.
sense. I don't know.
I'm
But
reading my
then
notes.
she gets in her confessional and I don't know. I have Tori can't keep promises. Okay, legend on legend crime.
She
What?
said that.
Yeah.
So I think she's just saying that this is gonna like get messy because you're always gonna throw a legend in, and all the legends have relationships. And then she's bitching to the guys that like if certain legends throw her in, it's a wrap. Like we're not friends anymore. So if people like Casey and I guess I had someone else, but I don't remember who it was. So um I don't know. She should just stop talking, I think.
I, I just feel like this was a moment where the producers were like, "Hey, Tori, can you go talk to these guys and say things about being a legend?" I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
felt a
Tori's a
lot of
mini
that.
producer. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of that with some of these combos. But I do like how her partner, which I'm pretty sure his name is Danny, is like, I trust Tori, but I don't trust Tori to put me first, which is like valid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I think they're all getting that vibe of the legends. And then we see
Yeah.
like all of them have conversations about it, but different versions.
And oh, yeah. And the legends are gonna have power because they're basically gonna pick on the legends they don't like. Like Amber's fucked.
Yeah. I have a note in here where I'm like, oh, Amber's triggered.
So funny. Um,
So I think the next thing is USA Man is
oh
cleaning.
yeah, I still don't remember his name. I never figured it out the whole time.
Sam? I might be Sam.
Oh, it might be Sam. It
Sam
is a
and
basic
Danny feel
name.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so he's cleaning. The figures out a way to hide dishes. Obviously, they did not have enough material for this episode.
Which is like, why even have it?
Yeah, it's like you should have combined 2 and 3. Like if there wasn't enough, I feel like they had too much to make it one, so they're like, let's make it two. But then like they didn't have enough for two.
Not at all. So they're just finding like B-roll shit. And also, like, you don't have to make it an hour and a half. Like, this is Paramount Plus. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, I don't understand.
Also, it was like a fine part of Sam showing us, but Sam isn't extra funny, and it really didn't like if that
We
was
don't know
bananas, it
him.
would have like been fine. Like okay,
Yeah.
here's bananas and Wes making a joke or some shit. Because we would eat that up. Who the fuck is Sam? We had to think about his name. He wears a cowboy hat. That's what I know about him.
Yeah. And like I hate the storyline of like it's messy because who cares? We're not here for that.
Yeah,
Unless
I'm
you're
like,
really fighting about it, not a PSA.
yeah,
Stupid.
unless Jordan is going crazy again about people not doing dishes, I don't care because that's just personally triggering for me because I have to think about
Yeah.
dishes now.
It's very triggering. But like, did they do it because then the next scene it's him and Kellyanne talking and it's early. So I was like, was there an order to it then? Like, I don't understand. Like, still not needed.
Like Kellyanne wasn't awake for the conversation yet, so they were just figuring out. Like the camera crew was
Yeah.
there, and Sam
She'll
was
be up
like,
first.
so I'm awake. I can do something about these dishes."
Oh, that probably was it because no one else is awake.
Because they were all we saw the mess.
We saw the mess and we saw all the shots of them sleeping in bed,
Yeah.
which is so funny.
And then
Okay, so
Kellyanne
then
wakes up to have this random ass combo.
Oh, so funny. I can just picture her talking to anyone about what's happening. It's so
If you give
funny.
her a second, she's like, I'm obsessed about this. You will hear my point of view right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, this is like hard to watch. It is funny though, because as she's like talking about the whole situation, they're showing John A slow motion running, which I'm sure she was doing at the same time.
Yeah. I did like also Kellyanne completely contradicted herself, which I was like kind of on her side most of this episode, but sometimes when she starts getting wild, I'm like, okay, Kellyanne, like just concise. Because she was like, I don't she was like looking at she's like, I don't want to ruin anyone's game. And but then like her next sentence, but like also like fuck John A for even questioning our friendship and like not doing this. And I was like,
What?
dude, so mean.
I know, she's so crazy. Oh, and then I have next about Theo and Kaz. The exes, y'all.
Their exes and Argentina
Ooh,
man that we just figured out is Rodrigo.
here you
Um,
go.
is like, I'm not friends with any of my exes. And then Kaz is
Which is
like,
surprising. Well, maybe not, because they probably just like fuck.
and then Kaz is like, me either. We didn't talk for 2 years. This is the first time I could stand him. And I'm like, okay.
Dude, I forgot how much I love Theo. Like, I'm so sad he had that eye injury for so long.
I keep forgetting that he is part of the legend side. I keep thinking he's part
Yeah,
of Team
because he's so
UK.
British.
I know. I keep like because when he like was at, well, spoiler alert, but like when he was like high fiving Kellyanne's Tristan, I was like, oh yeah, teammates, and then I was like, oh no, like they don't have
No,
a
no,
second
no.
guy. Yeah,
He's only been on one season, but I can't believe I can't remember if he's been on one or two.
I
But
think maybe two.
okay, two.
Yeah,
Okay, that helps. But yeah, it's very confusing. And then when he was in it, that's when all the Brits were in it and like a bunch of different people, which is cool.
fucking Bear and like the guy
Yeah.
named Ashley who was
Oh yeah.
giant.
Yeah.
Cam's partner. Oh,
Kyle was coming on the scene. I guess he
Kyle.
was in a little bit. It was like 2018 though. That's so long ago.
Bring back Kyle. I need his fucking
Oh, he
ass.
has children.
Ugh.
I should leave them. How
John
the
A
fuck
has
is that guy?
children and she's here.
Yeah, but she was off for like 7 years.
Well, you know,
Now she hates her husband, so she's back. Theo and Kaz are finally friends. Apparently, Theo grew up a bit. She did too. Um, I don't know. I just love his little sass. Like, please be on my screen more.
he is funny. He's really he does like him and Kyle, I think, have a similar sense of humor where it's like it's fucking funny.
Yeah, I know. I do like a lot of the people on this season, so that helps.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone, I mean, I know we love the reality TV, but sometimes it's nice that they're not all just like promoting themselves every time they're in a confessional.
Yeah. Like here's everything great about me. Like we get like a million different elevator speeches.
Yeah. Ugh. Um, then I put relationships over country. I don't know why. Oh wait, no, I missed some stuff. Oh, next I
So
have
Jordan and
ugh.
Tori part 5,782 is what I wrote down.
Yeah, because she's giving him a butt massage. Or she's getting a massage with her butt. So funny. And they
Also,
imprinted on each other.
like wolves. I was just like, okay, cool, Jordan. Also, you guys would be the people that would say that to each other. You know what I mean?
Not
Like that's
surprised.
that he said that. I was like, I could have predicted that you would say that before you said it. Also,
Super
you're
healthy.
not friends if you've like fucked and you're cuddling at night. You know what I mean? Like you guys were in a relationship for so like you guys you're so complicated. You guys shouldn't be sleeping in the same bed.
It is very, very toxic and very like, oh, we're comfortable.
Yeah, and it's also like we
It's
don't need to
bad.
see that toxicity.
No, it's triggering. Like, no, thank you. Um,
But I think what you were saying was geared at Danny because he's being very paranoid about Tori and
oh yeah.
Jordan and how Tori's gonna put Jordan first. And it's like it feels early for this paranoia.
Yeah, and you're on the same team, so like, what is the worst she's gonna do
Like, and you have
now?
like right now, like Jordan is also your number. It just feels like he's being weird about not being like the number one guy, and it's it's just like okay, like calm down.
It's an ego. I don't know. Next I have that Tristan talks to the British people about Kellyanne.
She's emotionally sensitive, which was really sweet way of putting it.
I know. I thought they'd be brutal, actually. I feel like UK people usually talk shit.
Yeah, and they were just like, no, I think her ego's hurt because of these two things. It makes sense she's doing this. And I was like, okay, so we've all been to therapy.
Yeah, they're so emotionally intelligent. I was like, wow, I didn't even think about that.
And I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, I didn't think about that first one of being picked last.
Yeah, and you could now going back to it, she seemed real crazy,
Hmm.
like standing there still.
Yeah, you can see her eyes, like, yeah.
Them eyes.
They always say it.
Always. Then we get backstory about Tristan that I don't care about.
He likes his mom, yeah.
The UK stands united. And
Hmm.
then we have like slow motion. The first thing is Yes, like doing dance moves, which I'm sure you fucking hated.
I really don't like Yes. I'm glad that he's been relatively quiet so far. It's helping me
Yeah.
not hate him as much because I forget he exists.
There's a lot of people, so a lot of people are quiet right now. Which is nice. Like, yeah, it's been very focused on the people who are getting thrown in, obviously.
Hmm.
Um, what do you have next?
Benha, Kiki, and Bananas having a little convo at the pool.
Oh yeah, because he's looking for a master through bananas.
And Bananas is pretty much it's all about adapting. And Benha is like, but I don't want to stab someone in the back. I want to show people you can be yourself.
Boo.
Yeah, like okay, just like this is that's not. It's a different show.
It's a different show. I did love when Bananas was like, always have the knife ready.
Yeah, you don't have to like use it, but like you will eventually. Just like don't use it on everyone.
Yeah. Use it sparingly. Next I have Johnny apologizing to Kellyanne. And she's like, I'm really sorry. I don't know why I made you feel the way you did, basically. You are my best friend in the game, and I think it'll be beneficial for both of us to work together. And Kellyanne looks very relieved. So,
This is the part where I was like, okay, would we? This is shady as fuck. Like that conversation, shady as fuck.
really like Johnny, so if it was anyone else, I would talk mad shit about what she's doing.
I love Johnny too. I think she's feeling herself from having two victories, and she's being too political.
Yeah, which sucks. Like she was killing it on All Stars. Like she was fun and sweet and like said what she needed to say and got out of there.
It
And
was low
now,
key. Yeah, low key.
yeah, she wants to be on top of the house for sure. It's weird. So we think all is good, and Kellyanne crying as they hug.
Of course.
Yikes. Um, yeah, and then Jody's telling I can't say his name.
Poor Benha.
Ben Ha that it's gonna be them, and he disagrees. And then
He really doesn't understand what's happening. Jody's just like, this
no.
game isn't fair, right? And he's like, I know. I just, it's not going to happen.
How much English does he know?
I don't think so you can tell. So when Kaz was talking to Rodrigo, the way they kept saying like good or what, like they don't, I think Benhan knows a little bit more than Rodrigo, but
I think he was the
yeah,
worst.
I think they're struggling with it.
Oh, so sad. Um, so yeah, like they don't want to go in. It's another Argentina versus Argentina, which is sad,
Hmm.
but they're not that great. So
And then I have Sarah and Danny are talking because Sarah eavesdropped on Kellyanne and Janae's convo, or they made it seem like they eavesdropped, but all that really happened is that they saw what was going on. I don't know. But
Oh yeah.
essentially, Sarah knows what's happening, and they're having a super paranoid conversation about how they're seeing how the legends move about in the house. And it's like, yeah, welcome to the game.
They shady.
Yep.
Yeah, so she doesn't want to trust them, obviously. And then I have that Nelson is talking to John A about who he wants to go against. He's so smart. Once he sees the elimination, he will put his hair up for Tristan and Kellyanne. And if his hair's down, it's Ben Hay and Jody.
Yeah, which I feel like Nelson should have known immediately who they were going to choose, you know? Like, I don't think
Yeah.
any of the elimination, so I don't know what this hair thing is about, but it's good for your hair code signals, I guess.
Yeah. So Jenna wants to like use that to blame Nelson on who she picks.
Which
Shocking.
would be smart if we didn't hear her say it in a confessional.
Yeah. Yeah. Sad.
Or that she didn't openly say it. Like it would have been fine if we found out later and she said it in a confessional, but she I feel like was openly telling other people, like Grant and whatnot, but
Yeah. So I just have, oh, this is like when Grant is talking to the other Aussies about who to trust, and Grant's like, I love Jonah. She's doing all the dirty work. She's doing all the conversations. I don't have to do anything.
and I think like it at the end of that conversation, they had a very similar thing with like Sarah and Danny, where they're like, "We see how they're moving. This is so scary."
Yeah, there's very much all the same conversations from everyone.
Well,
This is
it's
the
like
challenge.
most of them are all like, "Do you see what's happening?" And then the Argentinians are like, "Hey."
Yeah, I don't see what's happening. But Ben Hay is going to learn from the master of bananas. But that's it. He's not actually learning anything or paying attention to what's going on in the house. Okay, so oh yeah, this is when Johnny does I already just said his name and I already forgot it. Ben Haas
Yeah.
hair and talks about making the right choice. And this is when he wants to prove himself, but it's awkward because Kellyanne's in the room just watching them. I'm
Like
sure
literally
not
just
obvious
watching
at
and
all.
smiling. Like what?
Obviously I know what's gonna happen, but I'm not gonna tell. But I'm just gonna stare and watch Johnny's face and see if she's lying. I don't think she's lying. There's a 0.1% chance she is. And if she's lying, she's a total sociopath.
Which fair. But and Jana is just like not saying anything with her words. Penthouse like, so do you
Yeah,
know what you're doing? Jana is like, you know, things change, things happen. What's gonna go
yeah.
on is gonna go on.
Lots of things, variables, yada yada. She is such a politician.
Yeah. It's like okay.
Ugh. So it's final elimination time. Because dear God, we did not need all that. I don't know why it happened either.
It's a lot of conversations. Also, walking into the elimination, seeing all those things hanging, I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, of course it's a Peter Pan.
I know because all these slow shots of like this stuff. Ooh, here's a little like and disc thing. Ooh, here's another one. That's so stupid. But I'm so happy. They're back in the arena. So next I just have that they're coming out and they're doing all their those weird pose things they do and I hate it.
Yeah, the low budget stuff.
Real low budget. Like just some green screens and stand in it.
Essentially. And then I have that TJ just calls Grant the undefeated Grant, and then he has no reaction. And then John A lets him know that TJ just said something about him, and then his reaction is to bite his cheek. And I'm just like,
Yeah, that was weird.
I was like, I guess I get that. Most people would like smile.
I like was he in his own world?
I think he was the one giving the speech and he was in his head about the speech. And he was like not focused. That's like how I would react, but I'm like, but I'm not a reality star that's being filmed.
Right. And I wonder because like I know they do a bunch of takes too, so like he's probably not paying attention.
Yeah.
Oh, I pay. Yeah, right. Thank you. So they all come down, and what does Nelson do? Put his hair up! Holy shit!
Well, also it's confusing that he came in with his hair down. I don't know why he wouldn't just come in with his hair up, just so we knew. It was like they wanted that dramatic moment of like Nelson putting it
Yeah,
up in the moment and then Johnny realizing that they need to throw Kellyanne in.
I know her face is so funny, and it's not even for anything like for the game or winning. It's because of teams that don't matter as of now. It's only the partners. So they
Well,
want
like,
Tristan and Kellyanne.
why are they in like UK? Also, like, are they just like? I feel like it's just arbitrary teams, right? Like, it doesn't mean anything right now.
Yeah, because they haven't even done a challenge with the teams. That's what I thought maybe they would do, and maybe they will at some point, but I don't get it. Other than like they're representing their home country, and then it's
Because
weird because the legends are just with them. So
it's like a world championship, so they're like wearing a jersey essentially, but are still competing against each other. It's the
I don't.
Olympics. Michael
It's
Phelps versus Ryan Lochte.
ooh, take me back.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I saw Ryan Lochte on something lately. I don't remember what it was. Like it randomly pops up in places. You're like, what are you doing here?
Ryan Lochte, he is something.
He's stupid.
Not the smartest guy.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so and then like they must have known what they were doing all along because Grant is the one that is saying the names. Wouldn't it be John A?
I think so. John A told Grant about the hair, and they were going to do whatever Nelson wanted, and then blame Nelson about it.
Oh, right, true. Um, yeah, and then Kellyanne looks up and John A is smirking. Not even hiding it.
It was like I was shocked that they did that. Like it's like I feel like Jody and Benha are very easy because like we said, like Jody isn't negative. Benha obviously is way too positive. So it's just like this would have been if you would have thrown them in low key, given what this was, they probably would have lost and Nelson would have came back in. And so it's I just like
Yeah, it's real
what was
weird.
this about? And I feel like I would also be as pissed off as Kellyanne is in this situation.
Oh yeah, you just lied to her and talked to her like 4 hours before and said everything was fine. So,
But
I don't blame her.
also, apparently, Benha can predict the future. Like he had no
He knew
this.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, so funny. So then this is when we get the like flashbacks of John A telling Grant, and then like all the legends talking, like Casey, Tori, John A, like, hey, Kellyanne made that comment about the strong teams like going or staying. Like, she's gonna go after you.
Low key, I feel like Casey pulls so many strings in games, but
No.
like is never shown doing it because she does it in such a low key, kind of boringish way that it's not filmed. But the way she was doing it, she convinced John A to do this. Like I feel like if Casey doesn't tell John A to do this, John A doesn't do it. Because if you also piss off Casey and don't do what she does, then you're getting a bunch of enemies. And I think that's why John A went with the decision that she did.
Oh yeah, she saw the other strong teams, Tori and Casey, and was like, I have to work with them. Bye, Kellyanne. Story of her life.
Yes.
Yeah, so it all makes more sense. I kind of wish we saw it play out that way instead of all these fucking stupid same conversations we got over and over again.
Well, I
I
think
get it, but
when Casey has conversations, I think they have to cut it. So that's why it was done as like a flashback.
they have to cut it.
They always shorten her combos.
Yeah, they do. It's funny. Um, Yeah, so Wes gives a pop quiz to his partner, don't remember her name, about who to root for.
I feel like it
And
starts with a Z, doesn't it?
yeah, I think it's
Zara.
is it really Zara? That's
I
not
don't
bad.
know.
I feel like it's a crazy Z name. Like, because they won. She won last week. And I was like, what is that name? Do you have a study
Zara.
guide? It is?
Yeah, I
Wow.
did write down all the partners.
Oh, good job. Sweet, sweet. So, yeah, so she gets it wrong. You want to root for both teams because you're playing both sides. Shocking, Wes. Shocking.
I feel like Wes thinks he's so but literally everyone knows his game at this point.
So long. It's been so long.
Well, even
It's
so,
so
even when
stupid.
Bananas like last season called Wes for his little combo about Devin, and Wes was like, "I can guarantee you, he's playing both sides."
Oh, that's so funny. So it's called Tether Brawl, and I'm not actually sure why it's called that. I guess because they brawl barely. And one teammate is like swinging on this plank, and they have to get 8 blocks. These blocks are like hanging from strings in the middle of the arena, and then grab 8 of them and make a tower. And then if you drop one, it's free to grab, so either team can go for it. Not too exciting, kind of weird.
It's like a Peter Pan game.
Yeah, it is. So they start, and honestly, I thought it would be pretty close. I
That's what I mean. Nelson can't do strategy. He really can't.
mean, Jesus Christ, they were telling him what to do.
They were literally screaming at him. They would be like, Nelson. So, like, with this game, momentum is huge because you're literally swinging someone back and forth. And Nelson literally kept stopping her. And, like, he was more worried about her positioning and, like, getting her to, like, go directly at it than he was with the momentum getting her there.
Yeah, so he always stopped her, lost it all. Like, she never got close enough. It was really hard to watch. He looked so stupid. I'm just, you shouldn't have been on this challenge, buddy.
Meanwhile, Kelly and Tristan crush it. Like Tristan knows
Kill it.
exactly where to like do it, and he's like tall enough. Like him and Kellyanne are like a great partnership for this. And
Yeah.
then Kellyanne knows how to control her body on that plank, which Hui was struggling with, and was why Nelson kept stopping her is because she kept getting turned around.
Yeah, so it's all bad. And also it's rude when Nelly was like, she is heavy. That bitch was tiny as fuck.
She's not that heavy, girl. I was like,
I
what?
saw her. She tiny and you're strong. Like, does he not know what momentum means? He probably doesn't. It's like
No,
just
he probably
stopping it.
didn't.
I bet someone was like, literally, I think they were like Jordan was yelling at him, like, stop stopping her, like
Yeah.
keep pushing her, like describing what momentum
Well, they were telling him just like push her knees, don't even touch it, and like don't touch the rope. That he would just like stop her and then try to do it, and they're like, no.
Oh God, it was painful. Yeah, and Kellyanne and Tristan are killing it. A black falls and Nelson and Tristan wrestle for it. Nelson gets it, of course, but
Like the one thing, Nelson, like good job, Nelson. You got a block.
yeah. I don't know if they got any more. There's clown music playing.
And they did not get any more. I don't think they got any blocks down from that.
Oh, that's so embarrassing. Johnny and Grant are just sweating up there. It's very entertaining, but like there was a big chance if you throw them in that they're gonna come back.
Yeah, just not that. And like the thing is hindsight 2020, Benha and Jody would have not done great on that either because Benha's really short and would have had difficult time getting that momentum going too.
Yeah. So they just made a stupid choice. Like they could have made it so much easier for themselves. I did
Yeah.
like when one Aussie was like, "Is this a good plan, Grant? Like that come back, you throw him in."
And then he just looks scared. They just like
Yeah.
this entire fucking show is just like the newbies looking terrified. Like, did I fuck up? Did I say something wrong?
I know, they make it more comfortable.
Yeah. So obviously Tristan and Kellyanne win, and I'm just like, this is gonna be messy, and I cannot wait.
I know, and then it's funny because like they keep going after the elimination. I'm like, when does this episode end?
I know, because I hated the format. Like they did this because they
So
wanted like
bad.
Kellyanne to have like this episode where she was going wild. But given Kellyanne's like tantrums in the past, this wasn't like a wild one. She just was upset that her friend was kind of betraying her, which turned out to be true.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, I loved her fucking thing where she goes, I hope her energy stays the fuck away from me.
Yeah. I love that she's just bitching to the cameraman after it, and Tristan looks so uncomfortable. He's like swallowing and like clenching. Like,
I
I
like
can't handle this.
I know Tristan's like, I just want to be happy about this win. And then even Kelly's, you're right. This is more about us and not about them, but also fuck them.
Yeah, so funny. I was like, I feel uncomfortable because he feels so uncomfortable. So Nelson's already gone. Deuces.
I don't hate it. I'm glad. Like,
No,
I can't deal with Nelson for an entire another season in a row.
very fast.
It's back to back. We're used to have it like an all stars where we don't get Nelson.
Yeah, I know, it was weird. And then I wonder, like, so if he wasn't gone that long, like, what happened with him, and Olivia still? Because he must have,
So
I
this was
just,
my theory. I feel like so they did meet up once. I think they met up before this shot. And then when he shot this, because he was back pretty early, he figured like he would just go back and they would meet up again. But then she cut off communication. I feel like she cut off communication after he shot this.
yeah, I think so too. And she went somewhere, and then it was weird
She went to like
for her.
Hawaii. I think did she go with like
Yeah,
Tori and Anissa? But then
maybe.
Tori was there though at the challenge. Feels like she's been here for a while. I don't know what the timing is, but I do feel like they broke up
I don't
after
know.
this.
I know, I want to know. Nobody cares. So annoying.
I know. I want to. Olivia's not saying shit though.
So true. Something happened.
I know. You don't just change your mind
Mm-mm. Very awkward. So, oh, TJ's like, I should never see you guys again in the arena. To Kellyanne and Tristan.
which me like TJ was doing his own producing, being like, I can foreshadow what's going to be happening in these next 3 episodes. If they continue losing, they will be thrown in.
Yeah. And then it's funny because they like rejoin the group, but the group's still on the stage, so that's weird.
Yep, and Kellyanne runs right past John A and hugs like Amber.
Yeah, Amber. She's definitely gonna be friends with Amber.
Those two, yes, they have the same fucking energy.
Yeah. I
Also,
love what?
how does so I have this note randomly, I don't know why, because I think Casey had a voiceover or something, but how does Casey
Oh,
always keep her hands clean? Like she was totally the reason that Kellyanne got thrown in, and she will get zero of the blame.
she's brilliant. I mean, big brother right there.
She knows how to work it.
She does. And I just think everyone likes her. They're not gonna be like, oh, Casey told me to do this.
Yep. Yep.
I love Darrell. I forgot Darrell's here.
Yeah. I know. And then all of a
Holy
sudden he's
shit.
there. Yeah.
Fucking love him. I love Kiki and them together. They're like, we're just gonna stay out of the drama. Of course.
And I did love last episode during the challenge where he was like, she has a lot of, anxiety that's coming out, but it's like, throw it at me. I can handle it. Say it all out loud. It's fine. We're going to continue doing it. And I was like, oh yeah, Darrell.
Love Darrell so much. So then I have that Argentina is telling Kellyanne to be calm.
Rodrigo. Yeah. Well, he
Yep.
goes, be nice. And she goes, calm, calm.
She go crazy. I feel like when Bananas is like, Johnny, you voted Kellyanne in? Aren't you guys friends? Johnny's like, "Ugh, apparently we won't be anymore. Like,
And then like Amber's there, and then Amber has like a whole thing being like, I can't trust John A either. And I go, of course Amber's triggered by this. She's like,
immediately.
she was blindsided by a friend. I have also gone through this.
So funny. So yeah. I was not shocked when she said that. And then Bananas is like, talking to Wes, like, Killian's mad at John A. And Wes is like, she should be. And then Bananas is like, she's mad at you too. And Wes is like, what?
Yeah.
I'm surprised we're not getting like a little thing of Bananas and Wes are obsessed with each other.
If they are short on content for an episode, we definitely will.
Oh yeah. Woohoo. We used to be enemies and now we're friends. Grant's like, oh my god, I'm realizing how fast this game changes and blah blah blah. And then he
Well,
talks to Tristan Kellyanne.
yeah,
Oh
he
yeah.
fucking walks into the room and is like, I didn't think you guys would be back. And it's like,
Yeah, that's
what the fuck are you doing, Grant? Like, what?
just don't talk, Grant.
Also, like,
I
you
like
saw
Grant.
Kellyanne in the past couple of days. You're gonna say that right in front. Like, I understand if you're like, you and Tristan are kind of buddies and you're being like a dick to your boy, you know? Like, I didn't think you'd be back, bro. But like, Kellyanne's right there. Why are you doing that? And then Kellyanne goes, I am a legend. They're talking about how she's just like, it was my game. And she goes, I am a legend.
Badass. I love that. Yeah, so stupid. Just shut. That's so mean. And then we're in the room with Kellyanne and John A. And Kellyanne's like trying to justify why she picked her. I can't even remember why, like what she said exactly.
Well, so John A was sitting there and Kellyanne, I think, or John A said that Grant came in and essentially said like
Oh
you're
yeah.
gonna lose, and then John A was like, "Oh, that's like weird. Like I thought as soon as they described it, you guys were gonna win." And she
Oh
goes,
yeah.
"Isn't that why you put us in? Because you were scared that Jody was gonna win and come back?" And she was like, "No." And then Kellyanne was like, "So we just had this fucking conversation." Like, and then John A was like, "And then you went and told people," which, okay, so this was because Sarah
Saw
overheard
it.
it and like saw it or whatever and told other people. It was not because Kellyanne said anything. So John A was wrong about that. And Kellyanne was like, I didn't say shit to anyone. And then John A was like, that's not what I heard. And then Kellyanne's then crazy. She was like, don't, like, she's fucking lying to you now.
I know, she's gaslighting me.
Yeah.
Like you did a shitty thing and you're trying to blame it on me. Oh, she just goes off. It's so funny. Oh yeah, and then she's like, "Why did you put me in?" And Johnny's like, "There's a long list of reasons." Rude.
A long list. It's like, okay, name one, bitch.
Yeah, then name one. Like, why are you being so? You're the worst politician ever this season. What is happening?
I don't know what the fuck's going on with John A, but I do not like this first like episode of her.
No, I hope it gets better. So, Kellyanne's downstairs, and Tristan's like, "Be calm." She's so
And she
mad.
goes, I'm trying. He goes, okay, we're trying, but we can try harder.
So funny. But she coming for John A. Dun dun dun. That's all I
I,
have.
I like that it's messy this early.
Yeah, might as well. I'm gonna like read some articles about it because I remember before I saw this episode, there's a bunch of stuff about like John A's ego.
I
And
I
yeah.
feel like you can tell that she's won a couple seasons and is feeling herself.
Yeah, which she was on All Stars, so
The real challenge.
yeah, we should know that. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, yeah.
So, oh, I already saw spoilers for this episode that came out today, which I'm really fucking annoyed about. But we'll recap it next week.
Hell yeah.
Deuces.
Nice.